ways to stay in love. Simple tips on how to reconnect with your partner.
Serving all of San Diego, this is your Fox 5 News.
Are you feeling disconnected from your lover lately? Dr. Rose Hartzell from San Diego's Sexual Medicine at Alvarado Hospital is here with some interesting things that you can do to start to reconnect with your partner. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so first of all, let's talk about the problem that a lot of couples face. They're just so busy right now that they're not bonding with each other.
And really, like you were saying, this can be a lazy way to stay connected. You don't have to have grandiose things that you do for each other. You don't need to buy flowers or buy a car like you see on TV. There's little things that you can do to just stay connected.
So first of all, let's start at the beginning. How do we know if we're disconnected with our partner? Because I think it can happen really slowly, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what happened? We haven't talked, you know? So how do you realize if it's an issue?
I usually see couples present in my office that haven't bonded in two ways. Either they're at each other's throats, and I call it a hot room, they're at each other, or and that's partly because they haven't connected in a while, or it's a really cold room and you just kind of sit there and there really isn't much to say, and that's just because they've disconnected.
Gotcha.
So there's usually two presentations. Either you're at each other's throats or you're the opposite.
It's two extremes going on. Okay, so what are some of the signs that people should watch out for to realize that this is starting to happen in their relationship?
If you're feeling distant from your partner, that could be telling you something. And one way that I kind of look at it is just think to yourself each day, how often have I touched my partner? Oftentimes people wait to touch each other to have sex, and these are things that you should be touching your partner throughout the day. This shouldn't be something that's just saved for sexual activity. Sure.
Okay, so let's talk about some simple things that we can all start to do today to really reconnect with our partner. You mentioned the touching. Give me some more details on that and some other things we can do.
So one example would be before bed, making bedtime a priority together. So it's kind of funny, but like spooning each other before bed is one example. Making time to hold each other's hands, and even touching, it doesn't always have to be the case. It could be smiling at your partner, listening to them, massaging them.
Yes, massaging them. Let me tell you what.
And it doesn't even have to be a full
That's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I got this knot right here. Just seriously though, that's a big deal for some people.
It is. So. And it's similar to when you have a child. When you are, the chemicals that are released when you bond with your partner, oxytocin is one of them, are similar to when a woman breastfeeds her child, and you're touching each other, you're looking at each other in the eyes, you're connecting. It's important to do for your children, it's important to do for your relationship.
Absolutely. And I think what you said at the beginning is really important too, that this doesn't have to be a huge time commitment or a really big thing.
1 minute a day.
Little things you can do along the way. Go ahead, sorry.
Can I tell you a little secret too?
Yeah.
So you do one little thing, it makes your partner feel good. So you get a massage. Let's say your husband gives you a massage tonight.
Yes.
What do you want to do? You want to do something nice for him.
Exactly.
And then it just feeds on each other. It's positive reinforcement. And from a systemic perspective, as a sex therapist, it just makes sense. I'm
curious, are there people that don't really like to be touched that you encounter?
There are, and actually touching is a learned behavior.
Okay.
So if a person was raised in a household that wasn't very affectionate, it's going to be awkward for them to be affectionate with their partner, and it's a learned behavior, but ultimately it's good for a relationship.
So what do you do if you have a partner like that? How do you ease them into getting used to being touched and getting to the point where they actually really like it?
Baby steps.
Yeah.
So come to someone like me, come to a sex therapist, that can be helpful, but like I said, holding hands, that could be a first step, and doesn't necessarily have to be in public, and then build yourself up to the more kind of complex.
Yeah. Do most of the bonding behaviors that you advocate involve actual touching, or are there other ways that don't involve touching at all? Or do you mostly?
There are.
Yeah?
Like mentioning before, you making a dinner for your partner, acts of service.
Absolutely, good stuff. Okay, so you all have a pretty cool event that's going on at Alvarado Hospital. That's tomorrow, and what it is, it's a Sex in the City event. It's 6:15 at Alvarado Hospital, and that's where people can learn simple ways to improve their relationship and sexual health, and you're going to be there as well as Dr. Goldstein.
You do need that RSVP, though.
Okay, so call 1-800-ALVARADO. I think that was on the screen, but it's 1-800-ALVARADO. We'll put the information on our website, too, but you do need it because the spots will go pretty quick.
Yeah, it usually sells out, and it's free, but we need to have a head count, because there is free food.
Okay, perfect. Dr. Hartzell, thank you for being here. As always, we really, really appreciate it. Raul, what do you think of that? You're not a big fan of the touchy-touchy, are you?
I'm not a big fan of the touchy-touchy from you people around here that I work with. Doesn't mean I'm not... What's the matter with you?
Oh, what is happening? Oh, it's a...
I'm not a big fan of this big guy, big lugga.
Here, let's go on both
here we go.
Here.
I'm still trying to take notes on the massage aspect of the whole...
Yep, here we go. Yep. Oh. How does that feel?
Don't touch the hair.
Good? Feel good?
It actually does feel good. You know, sometimes things happen, a little hug, a little something. I'm coming around.
Baby steps.
Baby steps? I don't need hugs from, like, coworkers. We don't need to hug at work. All right, from you guys, fine. See, Dr. Rose, what they do to me? See what I got to deal with?